The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Wagi Tumbe returned to Digicel ExxonMobil. The 2022 report by the judges on the work of the national judicial system was presented to Acting Governor-General Sagib Salika today. The report, presented pursuant to Section 187 of the Constitution of Papua New Guinea at this point of time, is not a public document and thus the contents are yet to be known. However, Acting Chief Justice Kandakasi says the 2022 report covers all aspects of the judiciary. Acting Chief Justice Ambeng Kandakasi presented the 2022 Judges Report to Acting Governor-General Sagib Salika in an official ceremony at the Government House today. The report that has been consistently presented in previous years was once more presented on time today.
The Constitution requires the judges to report to Parliament of its workings, carrying out its powers and functions in the course of the reporting here. We're happy to report that the PNG judiciary has managed to be on time in terms of the year of reporting. We've reported on 2022's next year's, or this year's will be presented next year. It's important that the nation be informed through such reports of the workings of the judiciary, and that report accounts for work done, developments undertaken, that are in train or completed, and then how the appropriations have been utilized in the course of that period.
Although not ready for public consumption yet, Acting Chief Justice Kandakasi says the report covers all aspects of the judiciary.
The increase in the number of cases that have been filed. We've also trialed a new electronic case management system, which is new to many. Also, the state-of-the-art courthouse is nearing completion. There's been a number of other courthouses built around the country. Also, the new judges have been appointed as well. Some have passed on. So it's covering all of those aspects.
The purpose of the judges' report speaks to providing information to improve public trust and confidence in courts by increased transparency to the public of court performance, data, analysis, and knowledge. The National Airports Corporation was pleased to announce that the Nadzap Tomadashi International Terminal in Leh is now operational as of the 4th of December 2023. Since the opening on the 2nd of October, operations were held on pause till yesterday. Airline operators are urged by the NAC Acting Managing Director Joseph Kintao to fully utilize the investments for passenger comfort and the efficiency of facilitating passenger movements. Public were also urged to enjoy the facility with due care that will enable the airport to remain clean, tidy, and user-friendly for all to use. The facility will also be open for international passenger movements, therefore maintaining high level of care is advised to the public. Prime Minister James Marape arrived back in the country today from Dubai via Singapore after meeting with the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, on the sidelines of COP28 meeting in Dubai. Upon arrival, the Prime Minister was welcomed by government leaders at the Jackson's International Airport.
The latest announcement of the $100 million or 344 million kina from France for nature, forest, and climate in Papua New Guinea is viewed as a substantial contribution, reinforcing the nation's commitment to environmental conservation. Prime Minister James Marape echoed these sentiments upon his arrival from Dubai today. The Prime Minister said he will emphasize the pivotal role of forest resource management in the climate change conservation and urge developed countries to implement the 2015 Paris Agreement, particularly in the conservation of its forest.
Commitment by friends to partner our country in as far as doing forest inventory and monetizing our forest value, especially those areas that are currently not logged, into potential arrangements that our country will be starting in a big way going forward to ensure those areas not harvested will conserved for earning in as far as the value of our forest is concerned going forward into the future.
The Prime Minister added that the earth in its natural state relies on trees to maintain ecological balance, therefore needs a concerted effort to mitigate climate change in PNG and the Pacific. Marape said his discussion with the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, also focuses on the blue economy, especially the marine products that sustain the livelihood of the Pacific Island nations.
Our forest is a great global asset, a resource that helps contribute towards keeping the atmosphere and earth in balance. Forest is a carbon sink. Forest also produces oxygen. Those assets need to be properly monetized, properly compensated, if you may like to use the word, in relation to the global consciousness on the climate change issue that is now facing the planet Earth. Many nations talk about climate change and the commitment towards keeping the Earth's temperature below 1.5 degrees Celsius. However, and the commitment to switch to clean energy, moving away from fossil fuels, moving away from oil and gas, or more so the use of coal.
Freddie Mo, TVWan News.
Meantime, Prime Minister James Marape will be leaving for Australia tomorrow, December 6th, for a bilateral discussion with counterpart Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. Marape, after this meet, he then attends the 17th PNG Resources and Investment Conference and Exhibition in Sydney from December 10 to the 17th.
The bilateral talks with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will center around the entire law and justice sector.
Certainly, it will be a better security agreement, more so focused on our shared interest in law and order, security, safety. As I said earlier, there's a lot of interest on both sides, PNG, Australia coexisting. And at this juncture, I'm thankful that Australia has taken up our heed for a specific focus in police. It also will spread out into embracing on our law upkeep, a little bit on magistrate services and on judiciary.
In the security space, new policing and security arrangements are expected to be entered into between the two countries. Marape describes it as better than the previous arrangements.
It's turned out to be better for us in the sense the entire structure will be responsive to the PNG law and justice sector structure and not a parallel structure running side by side as it was in some arrangements in the past where it turned out to be contested and our courts have thrown them out. They have seen our need and learned from past experiences. We have also learned from past experiences, restructuring it better so that whatever is being agreed upon is implemented, entrenched, and finds little contest in as far as PNG law is concerned.
The Prime Minister added that the talks will also look at expanding the Bomana Police Training College to a regional training center to train regional candidates from across the Pacific. He says PNG also has security arrangements with USA, but the one with Australia will target the police force. With PNG sharing a sea border with Australia, Marape says it is crucial to strengthen security between the two nations.
But what we're looking at is the police arrangements we have. They would be coming and working under Royal PNG Constabulary. We're also looking at expansion of our training facilities here in PNG. That will also include possibility of becoming a regional police training facility. We're stepping up in the areas of not just general everyday duty police, but police leadership, We're looking at the specialized police aspects, like in the training would include investigations, corruptions, and the entire full gamut of police. We want to modernize our police ASAP.
Freddie Mo, TVWan News.
Bok Bilong Pikinini celebrated the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, showcasing achievements in inclusive education and sign language training across Papua New Guinea. With sponsorship from the Sir Brian Bell Foundation, BBP transformed lives by welcoming children with disabilities, developing tailored learning materials, and introducing a sign language dictionary. Poyam Harold, a child with a spinal disability, graduated from BBP's Early Childhood Education Program, ready to join a mainstream school. Additionally, BBP extended its impact by providing sign language training to 119 team members from Brian Bell Group, fostering understanding, respect, and breaking communication barriers. Everyone has a part to play in the promotion of the rights for people with disabilities. Australian Consul General in Lae Mark Fox outlined this crucial role in addressing some of the challenges faced by PWDs during today's commemoration of the International Day of Persons with Disabilities at Eriku Oval.
The World Bank estimates that 1 billion people around the world live with disabilities, and around 80% of them are in developing countries like PNG. These members of society often face mistreatments, are more susceptible to abuse, have higher mortality rates compared to persons without disabilities, and have a higher illiteracy rate. Speaking during the commemoration of the International Day of Persons with Disabilities at the Eriku Oval, Australian Consul General in Lae Mark Foxy voiced the need for every member of the community to promote the rights of people with disabilities. This is so that people with disabilities can lead and participate in the decision-making processes that affect them.
Australia recognises the importance of the principle, nothing about us without us. Overcoming the challenges faced by people with disabilities requires a concerted effort from development partners, from NGOs, from community partners, from governments and commercial partners. Australia recognises that an inclusive, accessible and sustainable world is one which recognises the diversity of people, especially those with disabilities, and empowers those who often experience multiple disadvantages, such as women and girls with disabilities, and people with disabilities who live in remote or rural areas.
Foxy outlined that apart from supporting a number of disability reviews and workshops, Australia is assisting the PNG government to ratify and implement the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. They are also looking at communications guides with detailed, inclusive and appropriate terms to use when engaging with PWDs.
And importantly, we are working to ensure disability inclusive practices are incorporated into every activity delivered through the PNG Australia Partnership. Long pasan tok tok long mi look save long display important day na yumi mas halidan narapla long work boom one time.
Jasmine Nerujak, TVWan News.
This is TVWan News. We'll have more stories after the break. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Karen Cook, young or old, a scale rice family meal with toast. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Senisigo, los scale rice, los scale price. Senisigo, los scale rice, los scale price. But you like him?
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame Oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame Oil, winning taste.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
Australia's favorite chef is taking you around the world to meet amazing people.
Teach me how to make this one.
Experience delicious food.
Bon appetit.
And discover the most incredible flavors.
Yum. Nice.
This is a culinary expedition on a budget.
50 rupees. That's a deal. Whoa.
Cheers. Around the world with Mano Fidel. Streaming now on Outdoor.
On the ground, the Fijian. Kebalo, oh, Butterfingers there out of the hands of Dante. You've got to be careful. He's up. Ramos in the corner.
Welcome back. 130 Toyota Land Cruisers will be purchased from Ella Motors PNG by the state for police use. Acting Governor General Sir Gibbs Salika, Police Commissioner David Manning, and Ella Motors CEO Mitsuyoshi Okutsu signed a procurement contract today at the Government House. The Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary is conducting a refleeting exercise in phases with the aim to reduce cost of the use of hired cars. The RPNGC, through this refleeting exercise that is aligned to the national government's plan to address law and order in the country.
Yes, please.
Today, Acting Governor General Sir Gibbs Salika, Police Commissioner David Manning, Ella Motors Chief Executive Officer Mitsuyoshi Okutsu, and Ella Motors PNG COO Ahmad Joseph signed the legal clearance for the procurement of 130 Land Cruisers by the state from Ella Motors PNG. The 130 Land Cruisers for the RPNGC will be purchased for a price of 26 million kina, through a lump sum one-off payment by the state. Over 10,000 waste items were collected at Lalakua Beach in East New Britain Province recently. Lalakua Beach, located at Raluana Kokopo District, is one of East New Britain's conservation sites for the endangered olive ridley sea turtle.
Environmental Conservation Organization, ENB Seakeepers, were supported by Westpac PNG's Kokopo staff recently to clean the Lalakua beach in Kokopo district. Westpac also donated branched merchandise, garbage bags and gloves to the East New Britain Seakeepers Association in support of its beach and sea cleanup program. Emma Oliver, founder of ENB Seakeepers, while thanking the bank for recognizing significance of their environmental work, said they exceeded their target of rubbish collection, gathering over 10,000 waste scattered at Lalakua Beach. Oliver, who is a conservation biologist and lecturer at the UPNG University of Natural Resources and Environment, also emphasized on the importance of the Lalakua beachfront to the community. She said the Lalakua beachfront is known as a nestling ground for the endangered olive redleaf sea turtle and a famous dugong feeding spot. Westpac Kokopo branch manager Ruth Laho fully supported the community initiative, which raises awareness about marine conservation. She said the Kokopo branch staff were happy to support the youths of Lalakua, raise awareness around such an important initiative. As a gesture of goodwill, Westpac not only contributed to the cleanup efforts, but also supported with prizes for the winning team in the waste audit competition. Jasmine Irojak, TVWan News.
In finance news, the kina closed unchanged at $0.2685 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2610, $0.3915 Australian dollars, $0.2333 euro, and 38.06 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold closed higher, palm oil closed unchanged, the rest closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TVWan News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaruki, up a big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different packed sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now Choli Luki's son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus thread. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good trade.
The stakes are high. And every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it!
Rush, 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 move, move, move.
It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever All new season coming soon on Outdoor.
Welcome to MotoGP. To be a highly dramatic 18-lap Malaysian Grand Prix Moto2 starting with...
So that's a very decent middle sector for the Alpine. They only half... Oh!
They have crashed! They've gone into each other! What a start for Will Davison. Di Pasquale has been swamped.
Some of the biggest and most talented egos in sailing.
The two-time defending champions make it 2 in a row.
Welcome back. In news overseas this week, as the Gaza truce ended, the New York Times published an article about an intelligence failure by the Israel government in the lead-up to the widespread Hamas attacks of October 7, 2023. ABC News reports that the article described how Israeli officials had allegedly acquired Hamas' plan of attack over a year before it occurred. The plan was point by point exactly the kind of devastating invasion that led to the deaths of about 1,200 people. Hamas followed the blueprint with shocking precision. Apparently, Israeli military and intelligence officials dismissed the plan as too aspirational. This is hardly the first time a military institution has dismissed the capacity of a potential adversary with catastrophic outcomes. It is not the first time for Israel. Some Australians desperate to break into the property market are resorting to lying on their home loan applications, creating fake documents that either overstate their income or understate their expenses. Data from a document fraud detection company suggests there's been a threefold increase in fraudulent applications since interest rates started rising about a year and a half ago.
Very inventive, and it's become much easier to do with online tools available to do it. So the two ways they're doing it, if they want to understate expenses, they can basically get a template of what looks exactly like a bank statement, and they might be able to take out usual expenses that they have there. And the other way they're lying is that they're basically using their pay slips, so taking their pay slips and overstating their income, so they might change the income they're earning, the tax, all that sort of stuff. And, you know, it's becoming far more common. I spoke to Sean Quiliani. Here's what he had to say.
Somebody else might put together a fake payslip who's a contractor, and they need to be seen as a full-time employee to successfully get access to the credit that they need. We see other examples of people removing transactions from their bank statements to only show that they might have no kids, but they have kids. So the things, people can be very creative, and there's many levers that you can pull.
So Naseem, what's the reason more people are lying?
Yeah, so Sean Quiliani is the guy that you just heard from, and he detects for big banks as well as other lenders where the documents are fraudulent. And one of the reasons he suggested is that people are really under a lot of pressure to try and break into the property market. They really want to get a home loan, but with higher mortgage repayments, with the increasing cost of living, with higher house prices, it's now become much harder to try and crack the property market. And in addition to that, as you've seen, it's actually quite easy for people to make up documents, to go on the internet and get these documents. So, that's increased. That's resulted in the threefold increase in these fraudulent applications since interest rates started rising in May 2022. Here's some of what Sean has to say about it.
You can actually just, edit a PDF. You click this button. It opens the PDF up in an editable mode. And then you can change the dates, you can change the financials. And so, like if you wanted to change the rate here, you can sort of change the hourly rate, change the gross income, taxable income, and of course the net income. change their tax as well. And then that is complete.
And so you heard from Sean Quiliani there. Today the Reserve Bank is expected to meet for the final time this year. It is expected to leave interest rates on hold, but this might not be the end of rate hikes. There is a possibility that if inflation doesn't come down within the Reserve Bank target range, then you might see rate hikes by February next year again. And this is happening in an environment where 450,000 Australians are about to roll off fixed mortgages onto higher variable rates. So if there are further rate rises, that will leave a lot of Australians in a really tough position.
Cook Islands Prime Minister and Pacific Islands Forum Chair Mark Brown has announced at the COP28 side event in Dubai that the Pacific Resilience Facility is scheduled to commence operations by 2025. Brown emphasized the need for a focus on resilience and adaptation while the global community works towards achieving carbon reduction targets to stay at 1.5 degrees. Prime Minister Brown clarified the role of the PRF, saying this facility will be for financing that targets specific needs for Pacific countries. He highlighted the endorsement of the PRF declaration at the recent Pacific Islands Forum Leaders meeting in Rarotonga, where leaders committed to legally establishing the facility in 2024 with full operational readiness in 2025. Australia pledged 2.8 million Australian dollars and the United States pledged 4.5 million US dollars for the setting up of the PRF facility. Doctors have succeeded in their desperate attempt to save the life of a new mom who thought she'd never see her newborn son again.
To be a dying mum of a 5-day-old, there is nothing that prepares you to hear that.
The 39-year-old said what she thought was goodbye before being taken to a different hospital.
I said, his dad's got enough love for 2 people, and Mummy will be watching you from a window in the sky. And, apologies. And I just showered him in tears.
Tina has cystic fibrosis and had a double lung transplant 8 years ago. She always wanted to be a mum, and the stars aligned when she met her Brazilian partner, Tom. It was a great pregnancy.
I just felt like the luckiest woman alive, like it's just a dream come true.
I feel so blessing.
But when she was 34 weeks, she collapsed at a routine hospital appointment. Henry was delivered the next day.
I just cried because he's everything I've ever wanted.
He was healthy, but his mum wasn't, her body rejecting the donated lungs.
So I had a very small pocket of air that I was breathing.
Tina was taken to the Prince Charles Hospital where doctors fought to save her.
We're very, very concerned.
They decided to try medication used for rheumatoid arthritis.
As a team, we felt if this drug reduces inflammation in the joints, then perhaps it can reduce inflammation in the lungs.
An opportunity for her to say hello again was really, really special.
The medication was a turning point, but doctors say there was also something harder to measure. That visit from Henry gave Tina the determination to leave hospital with her family.
The best chapter of life yet.
ABC News reports that new footage has been taken of the world's largest iceberg on its journey drifting beyond Antarctic waters after it broke free from being grounded for more than 3 decades. Scientists revealed last week that the Antarctic iceberg called A23A was on the move. Since carving off West Antarctica's Filchner-Ronne ice shelf in 1986, the iceberg, which once hosted a Soviet research station, has largely been stranded after its base became stuck on the floor of the Weddell Sea. But not anymore. Recent satellite images reveal that the berg, weighing nearly 1 trillion metric tons, is now drifting quickly past the northern tip of the Antarctic Peninsula, aided by strong winds and currents. And back home, one of the urban villages in Port Moresby, Vabukori, is into the festive mood, already planning activities for the village. First is the JT Fishing Festive Season Tournament that was launched yesterday by the member for Moresby South, Justin Chachenko. 52 boats have been registered to take part in the tournament.
The JT Fishing Festive Season Tournament was launched yesterday as a lead-up competition to other festive season tournaments and activities that will take place at the Vabukori village. Officiated by the member for Mosby South, Justin Tchenko, the tournament will begin this Friday and end on Saturday. When officiating the tournament, Tchenko said the aim of this competition is to bring the community together through sports this festive season.
It's all about bringing the village together in the name of sport, and this fishing competition is a win-win.
He said the competitors will be judged accordingly to the weight and type of fish they catch.
All the fish will be weighed. There's prizes for the biggest fish, the most fish caught, as well as the different species of fish. There's individual prizes as well.
He said fuel will be supplied to the competitors and security will be provided for the safety of the competitors during the night out on the sea.
Now, we will be assisting you with your fuel. There will be security boats out on the water as well to ensure that your security and safety is always looked after. So it's not just, we just don't do this for nothing. We want to make sure all the participants are looked after as well.
Vabukori village chairman Tamasi Maki thanked Tchenko for officiating this tournament, which signifies the significance of fishing as the main source of income for the villagers.
I say this is a significant event because our villages throughout the Central Coast here rely on fishing as their means of life.
Meanwhile, prizes will be awarded in the following categories. From the 52nd to 28th placing, the participants will receive certificates. From 27th to 13th placing, the participants will receive consolation prizes. From 12th place to 7th place, the participants will receive bonus awards, while the biggest fish catcher will be given 300 kina. For the major prizes at 5th place, the participants will receive 500 kina, 4th place 800 kina, 3rd place 1000 kina, 2nd place 1500 kina, and the winner will receive 2000 kina. Tracy Pa, TVWan.
You're watching TVWan News. Sports is next with Jasmine Irujak. Stay with us.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 kilo weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club. Only with Digicel.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from. Quality is key. The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. First and exclusive. Coming soon on Outdoor.
You remember the tools we taught you, right?
Pencil, desk, paper, shoes, your wheel. Everything okay, Charlie? It happened again.
What happened?
The bad thing.
If you ever start to lose control, what do you do?
It didn't work.
If they catch her?
If Phil catches me.
Something's happened. I need it handled with discretion. And I need her back alive.
Firestarter. Chef Scott Laseth is cooking up the world's creepiest critters.
You with me? No.
Iguana, hagfish, and wild boar are just some of the items in this season's menu.
Let's eat. And eat. And eat. It's nothing like you've had anywhere.
Hey, dead meat!
Dead Meat, first and exclusive in Asia. Streaming now on Outdoor.
If you can see it, you can believe it. By having the support of the Formula One teams in Formula One Academy, we can raise global awareness and inspire the next generation of girls and young women to understand that there are opportunities for them in motorsport, both on and off track.
F1 Academy is about bringing real and lasting change to ensure talented young women and girls have the right system in place to allow and achieve their dreams. Today is a very important moment as it shows this impact the project is having and the support it is receiving from across the F1 community. I can't wait to see the 10 F1 team liveries and drivers running in F1 Academy next season.
I want to thank the Formula One teams for their support and their vision. Our mission is to create lasting and impactful change, and I am confident that together we can achieve this.
Thanks for staying with us. PNG Hockey men's team had a commendable outing at the 17th Pacific Games, settling for a silver medal after suffering defeat to Fiji 3-2 in a penalty shootout. The team had a fair bit of preparation heading into the Solomon Islands event, but bad luck in the gold medal playoff.
Lead-up competition should be how it should be in preparation for the next Pacific Games.
Yeah, I think since after COVID, there weren't a lot of competitions running. We managed to have a few competitions. I think this selection was kind of the very first. We had trials during Easter, selected a few boys, and then had a training camp all throughout there, and then they cut down the squad. And hopefully, there's forms coming up soon that we can take part in, and probably if we would have an early selection trial for any games, it would be much better, because we had like almost 3-4 months preparation before the Pacific Games, so it was quite good.
4 new bids were received for the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup. Wagi Tumbe is one of the 3 teams that applied to the NRLC board. Provisional licenses were granted to Simbu Warriors and Morbe Kandes for 2025. However, in light of the meeting with the NRL board, most requirements in their bid application were not fulfilled. At today's media conference, PNG RFL CEO Stanley Hondina, on behalf of the PNG RFL and the board, congratulated the 12 successful teams for season 2024 and wished them all the best in their preparations. Hondina emphasized that there will be continued work to support the 12 clubs, including the Warriors and Kandes, so that they are in better position to bid for the next season. This includes the New Island Chiefs.
The Morbe Kandes and the Simbu Warriors were the ones that came close to making the cut, but with a few requirements that fall short, on which we would work closely with and get them on board. So, supporting my earlier statement around the situations and circumstances that the external that didn't give us the room for making it to a 14-week expansion, it gives us to come up with at the board a decision to they've put in a lot of effort, they've done a lot of things, and we don't want to kill their interest. We want to support them and grow them into coming in. But with everything happening, and the board took the decision to say we're giving them a provisional license. That means that they've got 1 or 2 items that we will work with them to support to fix that, and they can be able to seek eligibility in 2025 season. So they've got provisional license to participate in 2025, subject to complying with 2 or 3 of the ticket items, and we've dedicated our office staff to work with them on ticking those boxes. Noel and Chief was another one that expressed interest. They've got a few more things to work on, and we've communicated with them, and we'll continue to work with them the same that we do with others to get them to a spot that they can be able to put a team in and compete.
Lay Schools Rugby League head into second week of training camp this week. A squad of 40 boys with the Lay Snacks Tigers Academy will train hard to secure a space to participate at the upcoming Lay Biscuit Company-sponsored Power Nines tournament. At the end of this week, the 40-man squad will be trimmed. The Power Nines will be staged in Lay from December the 14th to the 16th at the Lay Rugby League Oval.
The Lay Schools Rugby League Carnival brought together the best in the Lay Rugby League annual program, competing against each other in the divisions of under 14 and underage groups, including the City and the Country Challenge. The approach complements the successful staging of the Lay Rugby League Schools Carnival weekend, bringing to closure another season of the Lay Schools Rugby League program under the sponsorship of Prima Small Goods and Lay Biscuits companies. Program coordinator Dennis Miles announced the carnival brings to an end another year of the Lay Schools Rugby League program in 2023. Miles said the 40-man team is selected from the under 14, 16 and 18 divisions competed. He said they will be fortunate enough to go into a 2-week training camp under the Lay Snacks Academy. Also featured during the carnival was the Open Girls division. Meanwhile, Miles acknowledged Lay Biscuits and Prima Small Goods Company for sponsoring the Lay Schools Rugby League program for the duration of the competition. Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
Before we go, the Flexible Open Distance Education Institute for Central Province hosted its graduation at the Sir John Guy Stadium today. 193 full correspondence students from grades 8, 10 and 12 graduated.
Coinciding with the theme for the graduation, Breaking Barriers, Achieving Better Tomorrow, celebrating the first graduation of lifelong learners. In commemorating the achievements, Ford Central Province Coordinator Helen Cotton said the team resonates with the challenges and the barriers Ford students put up with on a daily basis.
Some of you have faced unique challenges and obstacles along the way, whether it was balancing work and studies, overcoming personal hardship, or going through unfamiliar territories. You demonstrated strength, resilience, determination, and you broke through many barriers.
Cotton urged the students to carry on the lessons they have learnt through Ford.
I urge you to carry with you the lesson you learned from your educational journey. Embrace the promise of tomorrow with courage. Step into the next phase of your life. Continue to break barriers.
In addition, the Central Province Education Coordinator, Andre Kita, said Ford is another pathway to continue education, and investing in it through such graduation shows the importance of investing in human capital of this country.
It is another pathway to continue education. So be proud that you are students of the Ford and continue to make a commitment to your studies.
Meanwhile, the first Assistant Secretary for Ford, Andrew Ngobert, said Ford is the largest institution, comprising with individuals from the youngest to the oldest.
Ford is no longer a second-chance school. Ford now is the largest single open school in the country with over 75,000 students.
Engelberg congratulated the Central Ford Institute for taking the initiative to the next level. Tracy Pa, TVWan News.
And that's all from me. Over to you, Maricela.
Thank you, Jasmine. We apologize. We're unable to bring you the weather report. It was not provided to us in time. That's all for this edition of news. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWan News was proudly brought to you by